Imagine the tension in the UFC world exploding into a real-life showdown. That's the shocking core of the ongoing drama between UFC boss Dana White and former heavyweight champ Francis Ngannou. It's a feud that simmered for nearly a decade, leaving fans and insiders alike on the edge of their seats. But here's where it gets controversial. What if the key to understanding it isn't just the facts, but how we perceive intimidation in the ring and out? Let's dive deeper into this gripping saga and explore Chael Sonnen's fresh perspective on it all. For those new to the UFC scene, that's the Ultimate Fighting Championship, the pinnacle of mixed martial arts, MMA, where elite fighters battle in an octagon-shaped cage for glory and big paydays. The rift between White and Ngannou has been brewing since Ngannou's days as a rising star in the promotion. Their relationship was always rocky, filled with disagreements and power struggles. Things reached a boiling point in early 2023 when Ngannou parted ways with the UFC amid a bitter contract negotiation dispute with White and the organization's top executives. You can sense the frustration. Imagine training your whole life for these fights, only to hit roadblocks in getting what you believe you deserve. Recently, this long-standing animosity took a wild turn. White claimed that during Ngannou's time with the UFC, a heated meeting at the UFC Performance Institute, a state-of-the-art training facility where fighters hone their skills, turned physical. According to White, Ngannou was furious over not receiving a $50,000 bonus after one of his victories, leading to a face-off where things got hands-on. Ngannou himself has responded to these accusations, as detailed in reports from sources like BJ Penn, insisting the situation escalated unnecessarily. But this isn't the first time whispers of such confrontations have circulated in the MMA community. Enter UFC Hall of Famer Chael Sonnen, a colorful commentator and former fighter who's no stranger to stirring the pot himself. Sonnen, who has clashed with Ngannou in recent years over various matters, revealed on the Ariel Helwani Show, a popular podcast where MMA insiders break down the latest news, that he can totally relate to White's story. And this is the part most people miss. Sonnen isn't just backing White, he's offering a nuanced view that challenges how we judge these intense personalities. Sonnen shared that for years, he'd heard rumors of Ngannou getting physical, not just with White, but with others like White's son, Hunter. Yet, he admitted he never bought into those tales and stayed quiet about them. I thought if it really happened, he would have been fired immediately, Sonnen explained, highlighting the gravity of such actions in a professional setting like the UFC. He then recounted his own personal encounter with Ngannou, noting that while Ngannou raised his voice and got animated, it wasn't much different from what Sonnen was doing himself. The real difference, Sonnen pointed out, lies in Ngannou's imposing presence. He's a towering figure with a build that can intimidate just by walking into a room. Sonnen argues that we shouldn't penalize Ngannou simply for looking terrifying. In fact, his behavior during heated moments might mirror what many others would do under similar stress. But, Sonnen suggests, Ngannou often faces tougher scrutiny because of that fear factor. It's like how a big, loud dog might get more complaints than a small one barking at the same volume. Perception plays a huge role. This raises a provocative question. Should we hold fighters accountable for their intimidating aura, or is it just part of the persona that makes them stars in the first place? Sonnen's take invites us to rethink how we view aggression in sports. To put this in context for beginners, think about it like this. In high-stakes careers, emotions run high, and what starts as a verbal spar can sometimes cross lines. Ngannou's last MMA bout was a victory over Renan Ferreira in the PFL, Professional Fighters League, where he claimed the heavyweight title, showing his skills are still sharp despite the offering drama. But wait, and this is the part that might divide opinions. What if Ngannou's intimidating style is actually a strategic advantage, and criticizing it is just bias against his natural persona? Do you think Sonnen is spot on, or is there more to White's claims that we are overlooking? Share your thoughts in the comments. Agree that looks shouldn't influence judgment, or disagree and explain why Ngannou's actions warrant stricter consequences. Let's discuss. Your take could spark a whole new debate.